What is going on, everybody? It is the France, and we are here for NXT review for your Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. Hope you got everything that you wanted for Christmas. Hope you all had fun with your family, friends, and everybody else. And NXT tonight was, of course, the next to last episode of the taping from Full Sail. We will have one more set of tapings, or one more episode from this set of tapings that happened at the end of last month or the beginning of this month, whichever. And then, of course, we have one more taping to go. One more taping with like 3 episodes that are going to bring us into NXT Takeover Phoenix on Royal Rumble weekend. Now, tonight's show had a little bit of an interesting moment because we had a Jackson Riker match, and for whatever reason during this match, there was no commentary. You had the introduction. It was a squash match. It was an introduction to the superstars, but you heard no Morrow, no Nigel, and no Percy. And honestly, and I'm going to just say this right now, honestly, if it's that type of match, don't waste the commentator's breath. Don't waste their talent on a match like that. They need to make this like a New Japan type style thing where you have to earn your match being called by a commentary. If you're in a squash match like Jackson Riker was tonight, or Dominic Dijakovic, or anybody else, I don't care if it's Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, whoever, they should not be on there should be no commentary for their matches. So you're like, well, these guys are just showing you what they can do. They're not where the Johnny Garganos, Tommaso Ciampas, Aleister Blacks, Mia Yims, Bianca Belair, or Shayna Baszler are at. That is my opinion on that. We started off with a fatal 4-way for the number 1 contendership. This is going to be our second match for NXT TakeOver Phoenix decided tonight, as we had Lacey Evans, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and Mia Yim in a fatal 4-way. As the match started, Evans would leave the ring to wait on the apron. Evans tells the rest of them to get started. Yim and Belair get into each other's faces. Then Shirai rolls up Belair. Belair kicked out. Yim dives to the outside onto Belair. Evans then tosses Shirai into the ropes, but Shirai dives through them and lands on Belair. Yim accidentally takes out Shirai with a head kick. Slingshot elbow for a near fall by Evans. Evans dropped toe hold Shirai into Yim in the corner. There was a portion of this match that got a little sloppy in my opinion. These 4 women just felt like they were just trying to get everything out, but not everything connecting right. Evans lands a double handstand Bronco Buster on Yim and Shirai. Shirai kicks out. Shirai low bridges Belair, which causes Belair to fall to the outside. Evans tosses Yim out of the ring. Belair puts Shirai into a torture rack. Evans pulls Shirai out of it. Evans and Belair argue. Shirai tries to crossbody Evans and Belair, but they catch Shirai in midair. Yim drop kicks Shirai, so Shirai lands on Evans for a near fall. Yim lands a German suplex. Evans breaks that up. Springboard dropkick by Shirai to Evans. Belair destroys Shirai with a spear. That Belair spear is a beautiful looking spear, by the way. Shirai kicks out. Shirai reverses a wheelbarrow suplex into a standing double stomp on Belair. That was one of those like, wow, this woman is awesome because she was able to reverse that wheelbarrow suplex into a double stomp. Just shows you that Io Shirai just landed in NXT, and after this match, you were telling yourself that there is still more to Io Shirai that we haven't seen yet. Evans lands a woman's right. Shirai breaks that pin up. Shirai goes for a moonsault and hits it. Belair whips Shirai with her hair in the back, and there was actually a gif on Twitter of Shirai getting whipped and whipped. And usually with Bianca Belair lately, it's been she hits you once with her hair whip. She literally took her hair to the back of Io Shirai, like she was like Io Shirai did something wrong, and she took a belt and just started wailing into her back. Man, I would not want to take that hair whip whatsoever. Belair with the alley oops, Shirai over the top rope onto Yim. Belair drops Evans with the KOD, and we have a 1-2-3. Bianca Belair is the new number 1 contender for the NXT the NXT Women's Championship. That match should be something great. I'm just going to say this now. If you've been watching NXT pretty much all year, and you've been following Bianca Belair, she has had that slow burn to where she's going now, where she's going to be facing off against Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. The only negative I have for this outcome is the fact that Bianca Belair is technically a heel. And we all know that Shayna Baszler is a heel. So we're going into NXT Takeover Phoenix as a heel versus heel match, and 9 times out of 10 those matches do not work out well. Now this is NXT, this is Triple H, and I can see him working wonders with this match and making this a more compelling match. But usually a heel versus heel match is not something that's really something we want to look forward to. But we are getting a heel versus heel. We have a confident heel in Shayna Baszler and a cocky heel in Bianca Belair. Maybe they'll mesh together well. We have no idea until we get to NXT Takeover Phoenix, and then we'll of course have the build in the last few weeks of the year, of the month. We go to commercial break. We come back and they're showing off the NXT Loud. I don't remember who the actual team group was, but usually you hear Nigel McGuinness, Mauro Ranallo, or Percy Watson thanking this group for providing music for NXT Takeover Phoenix. We didn't hear a single peep out of these three guys for the next 5 minutes. That's from this entire promo of this NXT Loud music for NXT Takeover Phoenix and the following match. As soon as this match was over, we go to commercial again, and then the commentators are back because there's nothing happened. I don't know if the commentating because apparently when this match was being taped, there was a couple botches for the end finish, so they had to retape the finish over and over, I guess, until it got done right. Maybe the commentary for this match just wasn't there, so they just decided we're going to X the commentary and just gives people for the first time, and I think a long time, a match on a WWE product with no commentary outside of a house show. Jackson Ryker versus, I don't even remember the guy's name. Jackson Ryker wins in about 2.5 minutes with a slingshot powerbomb. There's the Forgotten Sons, and it's like people were making jokes about the Forgotten Sons, but apparently the commentary Forgotten Sons are so bad as a gimmick that the commentary forgot to do their job at this time. Who cares? Like I was a fan of Gunner in NXT and in TNA and Impact Wrestling with him and James Storm. He was great there. He was good. I don't know if he was great, but he was good. Here, he just comes out. He has like a "I'm gonna kill you" face on, and that's about it. He just looks like he's gonna be he's like gonna be your worst nightmare, and it just comes off flat. Just comes off flat. It's just I don't even know. Then we get a promo from the Velveteen Dream recapping his 2018, talking about how John Cena, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and others have been talking about him. You thought, and I guess 2017, which he really didn't, other than his match with Aleister Black at NXT TakeOver War Games in 17, he really didn't do much. But he's like, if you thought year one was great, you can't just get ready for year two, and says 2019, snaps his fingers, and that's that. Then we hear from the man himself, not Becky Lynch, the greatest, in his own words, the greatest sports entertainer in wrestling in WWE history. We hear from one Tommaso Ciampa. And this was after they showed a highlight of what happened last week and what happened with the the one night only reunion, I'm still saying, of DIY. They have not been confirmed as being a tandem again. It was just a moment of bliss. Get what I said that. But he talks about how someone was finally listening after I'm a man of my word, and someone actually was listening. Johnny Gargano was listening. He says that Johnny Gargano look what happened last week. Johnny Gargano beat Aleister Black in the middle of the ring. Well, what does that do for Johnny Gargano? Because Aleister Black has a championship opportunity at Phoenix. You can't give the championship opportunity, you can't give an NXT championship opportunity to Johnny Gargano. That's already taken. But maybe Johnny Gargano should go for another title. Maybe Johnny Gargano should get an opportunity at the North American Championship. This was all he also says, listen to me, Johnny, this is something we always talked about on every car ride, every hotel we shared together. This is what we talked about, taking over NXT, DIY taking over NXT. Could you imagine, after we get through NXT Takeover Phoenix, the night ends with Tommaso Ciampa, NXT champion, and Johnny Gargano, NXT North American champion. And he says we are taking. That would be a show, us taking over. Kisses the title, grabs the phone, grabs his little camera thing, and that was that. So are we getting Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet at NXT Takeover Phoenix? Anybody who is a fan of NXT or anybody who is a pure wrestling fan would say, take my money and run. If that match, which has not been confirmed, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to see any build of that until after the beginning of the year, when they go back to Full Sail. I'm pretty sure in the last 3 weeks of tapings, I believe it's 3 weeks, 3 weeks of tapings or so, we're going to see Johnny Gargano and Ricochet get together and start building a title match. So we could see Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet at NXT TakeOver Phoenix. WWE main roster can't get anything right half the time, and all the dream matches that they've built up, Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, have all felt lackluster. We've had dream matches in NXT where we've had Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black 1-on-1. We've had Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. We've had Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa 1 and 2 and 3. All of them great matches. This match happens. Also, Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream. That was a dream match for some too. This match happens, and I'm pretty sure it's going to, because honestly, who else besides, unless you're going to go with the Velveteen Dream again, and I don't think you're going to, no one else is built up and in a quote-unquote heel role right now that could challenge Ricochet for the NXT North American Championship. And with that title being in War Games last time around, it needs to be defended at NXT TakeOver Phoenix. So I would be all for and would love to see Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet at NXT TakeOver Phoenix. That would be, I think that match will 100% steal the show. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of that, because I would absolutely love Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet for the North American Championship. Next week we will have the year-end awards for NXT. Of course, I believe I don't know if those are voted on by the fans, but this is why when you see those best of lists that WWE come out with, you don't see anybody from NXT even be in consideration, because they have their own year-end awards. So anybody who saw WWE's list, and we'll talk about that this coming weekend on Unscripted, because we are going to have our year-end show, our first ever year-end show. But we'll talk about that this weekend on Unscripted. WWE came up with a list of the best of this year, and NXT was not even in consideration. And I'm sure some fans were probably like, where's NXT? Well, this is where NXT is. They have a year-end awards, and we will hear from everybody who is going to be the best of the best male, female star, match of the year, takeover of the year, and everything in between. So everyone look forward to the year-end awards next week. Also next week, Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno in a grudge match, of course, because this does stem from Cassius Ohno getting humiliated in NXT TakeOver War Games, and then him coming back during the first episode of these tapings and exacting his revenge on Matt Riddle. So that is going to be happening next week. Undisputed Era versus Heavy Machinery for the NXT Tag Team titles. This was a good match. They went about 20 minutes. Let's see here. Knight Strong tries to avoid Knight a little bit at the beginning of this match, but Knight takes him down. O'Reilly does get the tag in and lands a few leg kicks on Tucker Knight. Strong and O'Reilly send Knight into the corner, but Knight explodes out of the corner and does a double clothesline on both guys. Dozovich tags in and takes out both Strong and Knight. Dozovich and Knight take control early on in this match. They asserted their power over Undisputed Era, because both of these guys are relatively huge compared to the size of the Undisputed Era. Dozovich tosses Strong around the ring. Knight and Dozovich double shoulder block Strong. Dozovich and Knight land double overhead suplexes on Strong and O'Reilly. Strong tries to suplex Knight on the apron, but they both land out on the floor. Knight hits the floor hard, and O'Reilly and Strong take turns beating down Knight. This is when the Undisputed Era take over. Knight eventually does tag Dozovich in, who clears out the ring, hits the Caterpillar on, I believe it was Roderick Strong. Knight and Dozovich hit the Hoss, which I never heard that name before, I swear. This is like the first time they said it. I was like, Hoss, where did that come from? O'Reilly breaks up the pin. Knight misses a top rope moonsault. I'm like literally sitting here and like, what is this guy doing? Why are you, like, I believe Kyle O'Reilly was down, and you see Tucker Knight just get up, and it's like, why are you doing a moonsault? I thought the match was over there because it would be, he would go for the moonsault, he would miss it, you would get the total elimination by these two, and that would be it. But no. Strong misses a running knee. Dozovich runs over Strong. Dozovich turns Strong inside out with a lariat. Strong kicks out of the pin. Dozovich goes up top. And he literally looked like he was going to do a moonsault himself, but he's like, nah, I'm just going to go around and get up on top. He ends up getting kicked in the face, but they step up Enziguri. Strong sets up a superplex. O'Reilly joins in with a mini Tower of Doom or a powerbomb. I'm just going to say the Tower of Doom is something that I actually enjoy when it's done right and sporadically. WWE, for some reason, in the last 2 years or so, have got an infatuation that every tag team match or six-man tag or like the War Games match, every multi-man match has to have a Tower of Doom, and it's just like we need to go away from it and get it to where it's only something you see every once in a while. So, Riley powerbombs his Roderick Strong as Roderick Strong hits the suplex on Dozovich. Dozovich kicks out at 2. That one really felt like that would have been it. O'Reilly knocks Knight off the apron. Axe smash by O'Reilly. Dozovich kicks out. Then both guys hit the high-low. And that is that. The Undisputed Era are still your NXT Tag Team Champions. Damn good match between these guys. It is kind of sad that, well, there's 2 reasons that you knew that the Undisputed Era were going to win this match. First was back when these tapings happened, there wasn't WWE like spoiler from the NXT tapings. These titles change hands. Every single time we've had a title change in NXT, and they have to do it. They have to, or and people still want to sit there and wonder, why does WWE spoil title changes on tape shows? Like Rusev this past Tuesday won the United States Championship from a show that was taped last week. And WWE even went on their Twitter account or went on social media and was like, Rusev is the United States Champion now. Tune in on Tuesday to find out how. WWE has to do that. They have to. Some people don't seem to realize that WWE has to do the spoiling themselves, because if they don't spoil their own show, their own results, then everybody else will. Dirt Sheet will, fans who go to the arena will, people who go to Full Sail will be tweeting out, Charles O'Reilly and Roderick Strong lost the tag team titles to their heavy machinery. That didn't happen. So you knew that this match, when this match was announced, I believe it was 2 weeks ago, you're like, well, Undisputed Era is going to win and hold on to the titles. Okay, there's 3 reasons. That's one reason. The second reason is, the night after TLC, WWE decided, let's call up Heavy Machinery. Let's have Heavy Machinery be 2 of the 6 men and women who are going to be called up. So that kind of spoiled this match before it even aired. And then the third is, you have Undisputed Era just the team right now. Of course, I believe War Machine is going to be your next NXT Tag Team Champions. Heavy Machinery, they're a great team and all. They're a good team. I can't say keep saying great. They're a good team. They're just not. They're in the wrong place at the wrong time. If they could have been the team. If the AOP was running roughshod still and they were like had this 6-month streak going on like they've had, they could have probably been in line to dethrone the AOP when AOP was still down in NXT. The Undisputed Era are just the hot topic right now. They are pretty much. They are what the elite would be on the indies. They are like WWE. They are NXT's elite. They are the guys that you want to have be champions. Adam Cole said it last week or the week before that, that the Undisputed Era in 2019 are all going to be draping with gold. Will that happen before WrestleMania or after WrestleMania? I believe that Bobby Fish is going to be your North American champion coming out of WrestleMania weekend, and then when we get to Toronto too, or to like whatever they call SummerSlams this year, that's when Adam Cole is going to win your NXT championship, and then all 4 members will be champions. That's if they're even still in NXT at this time. These guys, and I'm going to say it right now, all 4 of these guys should be on the main roster right now. Will it help the main roster? No. But these 4 guys are so good that they don't even need NXT. He did say draping in gold, but he didn't say what gold. So we could honestly see these 4 guys moving up to the main roster and winning championship gold. But we will have to wait and see on that one. We could very well, if we can get this thing to work right, we could honestly see this happening next year. In 2019, all of us will be draped in championship gold. That right there. Could you see that happening next year? But we'll have to wait and see. This was the final NXT of this year. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this episode of NXT. We will be here on Saturday for Unscripted, and then we'll be back here for NXT next week, and then Unscripted next Saturday. No Raw and SmackDown there was no Raw and SmackDown this week. They were taped, and quite honestly, I feel bad for those in Sacramento that they had to sit through nearly 6 hours of Raw. Fresno had to sit through 5.5 hours of SmackDown and 205 live tapings. I feel bad for those two cities because they had to sit there and watch some, even though SmackDown is the better show, still some very paltry wrestling in WWE. But next week we'll have John Cena. Who cares? But yes, we will be here for Unscripted on Saturday. We're going to go over the last bit of news for the year, as well as look back on 2018, the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens for WWE. And then on Sunday, we will do a special look back at NXT of this year. I'm going to separate the two for the simple fact is NXT deserves its own time of looking back on this year. Who I think were the breakout stars, who were the best wrestlers of the year, the best matches in NXT, all that will be happening this coming Sunday. So look forward to it. On Saturday we have Unscripted with all of the rest of the news, all the ups and downs and in-betweens for Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. I guess you can throw 205 Live in there. And then we'll have, on Sunday, an NXT show. So I will see you guys Saturday and Sunday for all of that. Until then, I will see you guys later. Make sure to find me on Twitter at TheFrance. Find me on twitch.tv/TheFrance08. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, and I will see you guys Saturday for Unscripted.